average Nigerian is emotional and they do not think. The Christians that were killed in Syria, are the Christians in Nigeria more Christian than those ones killed in Syria? Current Syrian leader now was a former Al-Qaeda member. And then, after killing countless Christians, this same person was just with Donald Trump. In what world does somebody send people to come and kill you? They fund the people, they provide them the ammunition they used to kill you, and then come and then tell you, oh, I want to save you. There is a fundamental psychology of defeat that has been planted in the minds of youths.
Let's on the scale of 10. Welcome to another episode of Sip&Ponder with SirguyIsHere. And with me on the show today, I have Ubaka. Ubaka, welcome to Sip&Ponder.
My name is Ubaka, and I'm really glad to be here.
There have been issues trending in the country as regards Boko Haram insurgency. Many have asked the question, is this a jihad? Is this an attempt to Islamize the country, or this is actually terrorism? Just before we jump right into it, let's test what Sirguy have made.
Okay. I promise not to be biased.
Please don't be. Rate it on a scale of 10.
Wait, let me. 7.
7. 7. Okay, that's good. That's a good job. Let's kick right into it. There have been a whole lot of trending issues. Very sad one. Killings in Kwara, and as of today, killings, abduction of school kids in Niger State.
Yes.
The killing of the brigadier in the Nigerian army. Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria have been on the rise. When you look the other way, you hear about the intervention of the United States, Trump issuing a statement to this regard. People argue that this perhaps may be an attempt by Islamic extremists to Islamize the country. Do you see this as terrorism, or you see it as an attempt to Islamize the country?
Okay, so I think that is first off, that's a very wonderful question. Yeah. But then I think seeing it as two different things is where there might be a mistake, because these are two things happening. There's the concept of two truths can exist. Yeah. So what we are seeing is terrorism, but then it is also an attempt at Islamization. Don't let anybody. People like to gaslight because there are when you say. Sometimes people say things like, Islam is a very, very violent religion. And then you see people say it's a lie, Islam is not a violent religion, because there's those that claim to be peaceful. But then, sorry I'm digressing a bit, but then during that period when Deborah was killed, how many of those that claim that Islam is a peaceful religion spoke against it? None. Some of them even said, oh, why would she speak against our prophet?
They called it blasphemy.
Blasphemy. Some of them spoke and said it was a blasphemy. They supported it then. But then now when they are under heat, they now remind you that not all of us are terrorists. Some people are the extremists, while we are the quiet ones. But when the extremists are carrying out actions, you say it is in the name of Allah.
They support
them, they sympathize with them. And then you want to gaslight that. That does not work with people anymore. Those times are gone. If you cannot call out the people that are doing something in your region or in your religion, and you cannot call them and hold them accountable, we'll round all of you up as the same thing, because all of you definitely supported them when they did certain wrong things. But that's by the way. Now the question, let's double down to the question you asked. You said is what is happening in Nigeria now, is it Islamization or is it terrorism? I want you to go back to let us wind back to history. Syria. I'm sure you definitely know Syria.
Yeah, of course.
Now, in Syria, before the Islamization of Syria, there were Christians there before. Yes or no?
Of course they were.
Good. Now, it started out. This is exactly how it started out. Terrorism. They kept attacking places that were majorly occupied by Christians. And then they kept, because it is a religious cleansing, an ethnic cleansing. They killed and killed and killed and killed, and then now if you go to Syria, everybody there is not a Muslim. Islam. Mind you, the leader. Then before we let us then from there let's touch a bit on the US. There is a problem. There's a fundamental problem with Nigerians. We talk too much, and we take very little actions. The same Syrian leader, the current Syrian leader now, was a former Al-Qaeda member. You can go do your research. It's in the internet. You can go do your research. The US placed a $10 million bounty on his head due to the killings, the incessant killings. He headed the Al-Qaeda group, the Syrian faction of the Al-Qaeda group. He headed it before forming his own. And then, after killing countless Christians, this same person was just with Donald Trump last week.
He's a friend to
the US. He met with Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, some weeks back. So let me ask you the questions. The Christians that were killed in Syria, are the Christians in Nigeria more Christian than those ones killed in Syria?
Of course not.
Okay, of course not. But for some reason, there's just this sudden love to you Christians in Nigeria versus those that are in Syria. Is that it? Is that what you're telling me?
That's what people have this opinion. If I may speak on their behalf, people have this opinion that the Boko Haram targets Christian communities, they target churches, they target Christian schools. They don't just kill, they also abduct. For the fact that a number of Christians have been killed, they argue that this perhaps is a Christian genocide, or maybe at large a jihad. I mean, in this part of the world, we've experienced the Usman Danfodio jihad, the jihad of 1804 in the Hausa lands, the northern part of Nigeria. So, I don't know if you disagree with this, or perhaps you belong to those groups that say that this is actually an attempt by the United States to, insert its hold on the country for its economic gain.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. I think before we even answer that question, I have a simple question. Sorry, I'm going to ask a question. Who is funding the terrorism?
According to the US Congressman, Scott Perry, he said that the United States is using the US aid to sponsor terrorism, and Boko Haram is one of those terrorist organizations that they sponsor.
Good. Because I paid attention to the hearing during the US Senate. They mentioned every single terrorist organization they were funding Al-Qaeda, they were funding Boko Haram, they were funding ISIS. In what world does somebody send people to come and kill you? They fund the people, they provide them the ammunition they used to kill you.
Including the reliefs.
And then come and then tell you, oh, I want to save you.
From those we sent.
Look at the problem here. This is why I tell you Nigerians are very gullible people. Because Nigerians are emotional. The problem is with Nigeria. Nigerians are very, very emotional people. We are emotional. We have so much emotions and very little action. Look at what is going on now. Let me give you a bit of context. So those that think, oh, the US is coming to save us, because I don't believe in that crap.
People will say you're speaking from a place of comfort. You're in the eastern part of Nigeria.
Well, I have never for once subscribed to it, because I know even during when things were hot, I held a live today and I was speaking vehemently on it. Yeah. So I'm not one of those people that do not pay attention because it's not affecting me. I pay attention every single time. Now, this thing you said now is the exact thing people say. They think because you use your head, they think, oh, you're not feeling what we're feeling. No.
Because you've rejected the white man's solution, you are coming from a place of comfort.
You're coming from a place of comfort. No. But then I refuse to be foolish and actually see beyond the foolishness that is going on and call a spade for what it is. Because if I ask you, between a terrorist, there's a Fulani terrorist, you see a Fulani terrorist now, and the person or the people providing this person the ammunition and the guns and the tactical support he needs, who is more dangerous?
I think it's the sponsor.
These people practically wear slippers. Have you seen how they dress, how they walk?
Yes.
They are very, very, sorry to say, they are primitives. Do you know what it takes to carry out calculative, specific strikes on a whole brigadier general? Do you know the tactical? Do you know how tactical you need to be able to carry out that kind of research? That was an attack on a moving like they ambushed them. Mind you, these people were on armored tanks, because if you saw the video, you see they were on armored tanks. They had like reinforced steel, but then they were able to overpower them. Who provided them the weapons that they are using? Who provided them the tactical support that they are using? Do you not ask questions? So when I ask a question, you say, "Oh, it's because I'm comfortable." No, it's because you decided to be stupid. Because if you're not stupid, look at it. Join me in this thought process. So now, Donald Trump made a statement that they will come into Nigeria gun blazing. Correct?
Exactly.
Good. If truly, because some people are like, "Oh, it is our government, it is our government." Our government is the most useless government. They are the most useless leaders we have. And I blame Nigerians for it also. I blame Nigerians. I'll tell you why I blame Nigerians. We have useless leaders. This is not me coming to tell you, the problem is the West. And then I exempt, the leaders are greedy bastards. That is what they are. When Trump made that statement, "Oh, we're going to we'll come gun and blazing to come and kill all the terrorists here." Mind you, go and look at what is happening in Sudan. Go look at what the Sudanese people are going through currently, and you know who is your friend. Or we'll come back to that. Now, when Trump made that statement, did you notice the height of terrorism?
Spiked.
It spiked immediately. When he made the announcement that we are coming to save Nigerians, we'll come and kill all the terrorists, Nigerians were very happy. They were receptive. They wanted him to come.
Yeah.
But then, China came in and said, "Oh, if US should try and encourage on the nation's sovereignty, this and that, the world was watching and stuff." If they came in forcefully because they had some resistance, it would be an incursion into Nigeria's sovereignty.
Of course.
What do they need to do next?
They needed more reasons to justify.
Thank God you're starting to think. They needed more reasons to justify whatever they are about to do. So now, because now, truly, think about it. If this was if truly your government was scared by what Trump said, and they are the ones that have, yes, I know they have hands in it. This does not exempt them. They are useless, selfish bastards. They have hands in it. But then it is not directly under their control. Don't get it wrong. They are complicit, but then they are not directly in control of it. Because if they were, and they were scared of Trump coming in, they would have told their
fixed
boys, what is fixed things? Fixed things, it is their means of generating funds. They will never fix it. They would have told their boys, "Make them chill first. Make this whole heat," because the heat was very, very, make this heat calm down, then we'll go. But what did you notice?
I want to take your mind back a little bit. After US involvement in the 2015 election that saw Goodluck Jonathan out of the office, and the introduction of the APC government, which the US heavily backed,
yes,
there was an increased